Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers that are out there preaching and teaching the truth worldwide across the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and freedom for this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, the house of David, and the Akim and Akwaf that might be listening to this lesson on today. This is your brother Abba Yabba, coming through with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And the title of my lesson is Going Forth with Boldness. Now, boldness is defined as willingness to take risk and act innovatively, confidence, or courage. And on today, we're going to basically speak on the part of the definition where it centers on the confidence and courage, or courage, because that's what we have to have as men of the Lord, is confidence and courage, going forth with boldness as we preach and teach this word on highways and byways, wherever we are, and whenever we do it. Even on these lessons, we have to come forth boldly as to let everyone that is listening and learning know that we have faith and belief and trust in what we're speaking, and that it is the truth and it's the unadulterated truth. There's no watered down version. There's no sugar-coated version. It's just the boldness of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And therefore, when you get it, you got it, and you can press forward with it. So without further ado, I'm going to go into my first scripture, which is in Proverbs 28:1. And it reads, it says, "The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion." And that's what we have to be as men of the Lord, is bold as a lion. And letting everyone know and letting the world know that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is who we are servants of and who we stand for. So we're not out here on our own understanding. We're not out here just bringing forth our own doctrine. We're preaching forth the truth. And therefore, those that are out in this world and they're shackled down by other religions and not believing in anything, they will be set free from that and be able to come into this truth with the mind, knowing that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is who is over and that over them and over all of us, and that they believe and trust in this truth and be able to live their life according to the word and knowing that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has their back. And he has our back as long as we're doing what is according to the word and what's righteous and what's true. And that's what sets us apart from the world itself, because we're doing things that are righteous and we're going forth with boldness. And that brings me to my next scripture, which is in Acts 4:29. And it reads, it says, "And now, Lord, behold their threatenings, and grant unto thy servants that with all boldness they may speak thy word." So we need Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai behind us to help us to come forth with great boldness. It's not because of our own strength. We know we don't have it on our own. We don't have the ability to do it without the Spirit being on us. So therefore, we got to be reliable. We have to be trustworthy. We have to be the men of the Lord that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai can use. Humble, meekness, austere. A lot of things go into this. This is not something that you can just walk into and just do right off the bat. You have to put in the work, as in anything and everything that you do in life. You don't just walk off the street and get into a job and be over that company. You have to go and put in the work in order to be built up. And that's where we have to be built up in the spirit in order to do what we do on the day in and day out of our spiritual journey. And preaching and teaching this word is our reasonable service. And that's in Romans 12:1-2. And I'll read it. It says, "I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye may present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. So this, what we do day in and day out as men of the Lord, preaching and teaching this word, is our reasonable service. And we have to have the renewing of our mind in order to do so. We can't be thinking like we were when we were in the world. We can't think how we were when we were thinking carnally. We can't think how we were when it was all about us and it was not about Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because we know now that everything that we do, everything that we're able to do, everything that we've done that has been worth anything is because Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave us the power to do it and the ability to do it. So we need him, and we need to do what he's putting forth for us to do. And we can't be fearful when we do those particular things. As it is said in 2 Timothy, the first chapter and the 7th verse, it says, for Yahweh has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So we know, based upon that scripture, we don't have it. That's of the world. That fear comes from the world. That fear comes from us doing things that we know we should not do, and we're being carnal. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua didn't give us that. We have that spirit of love, power, and a sound mind. And when we have a sound mind, we're able to do the work, and we're able to do it boldly. And therefore, we need to always have Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the forefront of our mind when we do what we do, and make sure that we're doing it according to his will and his way. Acts 28:31 reads, it says, preaching the kingdom of Yahweh and teaching those things which concern the Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach with all confidence, no man forbidding him. And I chose the scripture because it's like we have to have that boldness in us that is given by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and when it's given by him, and he's putting the spirit upon us, ain't no man gonna be able to stop us. We're gonna be able to be bold, and we're gonna be able to be bold and do the work according to his will and his way, and nothing will stop, block, or hinder us when we're doing that. And we have to make sure that we stand according to his will and his way, and make sure that he's getting the honor, glory, and praise while we do so. And my next scripture comes from Ephesians 6:19, and it reads, it says, and for me that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel. So we need, that spirit upon us. We need prayer. We need to be fasting. We need to be studying to show ourselves approved. We need all the things that's going to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that he might give us the word, and it might come from our mouth. We might be used as Salakia. It just skipped my mind just that quick, but we might be used as vessels in order to preach and teach this word and come forth boldly explaining the good news to everyone that is of Israelite descent, that were able, to be able to receive that word. Everyone that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has already chosen, they're going to be able to receive it by us being vessels used to speak forth boldly and have that confidence, knowing that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has put us in a position to be able to do that, and that they're going to receive it. And those that don't, we know that they weren't able to receive it anyway. So we shouldn't be concerned about we're here to plant the seed. That's what we're here to do. We're not here to make anyone come into this truth, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua already knows who's going to come into it and who's going to receive it and who's not. So we're not here to make anyone. When Yahweh was here, he wasn't here making people come to him, listen to him, and receive the word. He did the work. He was about his Father's business, and that's what we should be as well. And that way, we all know that it's about preaching and teaching this word, but preaching it and teaching it with boldness. So that is the conclusion of my lesson. I pray that all that were listening were edified. And as always, I give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. And until my next lesson, Shalom.